Good afternoon, everybody. Wednesday. Um, Beautiful, hot, sunny day yesterday, wasn't it? Absolutely beautiful. I had a busy day. I had a Zoom call in the morning with the girls, my girlfriends, and they were all planning to meet up next month outside. And I think we're going to go to Warnham, the reserve there, if I can go. Um, And in the afternoon, I had a WI Zoom meeting, committee meeting. So I had that for a while. One of the girls has got a huge greenhouse and she'd be doing loads and loads of seedlings. And she said she's got so many left over. Well, a couple of the girls said that. So we're going to have a stall outside one of the other ladies' houses. They're going to set up a table. And we're going to be able to buy any of the seedlings, any of the plants that are left over. And we're going to donate the money to, I think it was St Barnabas, a hospice locally. So, yes it is, because we're about £120 short of £1,000 that we have raised, the W have raised, for making masks. A lot of the ladies have been making masks for the last year. They did masks, and then they did Halloween, and then they did Christmas. I don't know whether they did any Valentine's. There was talk about it, but I think one of the ladies said, I don't think people will buy them. But they've made that many masks and sold them that we've raised sort of over £900. So we just want to get to the 1,000, so we can sell these plants. So it'll be lovely. So I kept saying to them, well, what have we got? What have we got? So I know. So that'll be good. We were discussing all that. One of our ladies wasn't on the meeting because it was her partner's funeral yesterday. Very sad. So that was quite a busy day yesterday. And in the morning, Rachel dropped off her Labrador, Mabel. She was having a groom just by my friend across the road here. She was having a bath and a dry and a de-hair. They use a big horse's curry comb to get all that thick hair out. She did an awful lot, but she said, well, and she did her claws and her dew claws, so that was lovely. So she said, you won't get it all out because their coats are so thick. But she said if you can groom her every day, we might sort of get it down, get it much better. So, I mean, obviously she's got a lot of it out, so that's good. So Rachel dropped her off. So she was so busy yesterday, I said that I'd bring her back. So I took her back about, after my Zoom call with the girls, about 1:45, dropped her off, and Rachel wasn't going out for about another hour. So she said she was making a cup of tea, so I had a cup of tea with her in the garden. Oh, it was lovely. Lovely in the garden. So, and she'd done the lawn and everything, so that was nice. I had an hour with her, and so I had a busy day, as I say. Today it's been overcast all day, no sun. I mean, it's there obviously, but it's just been cloudy all day, so I don't know whether it's just at the coast down here or whether it's across the south. But really disappointing. I thought it was going to be a lovely day again today. I'm hoping it'll stay, even if it's cloudy, it stays mild tomorrow, because I said that I'd take the car out and get some cheap petrol down at Asda, and I'd go along to see my friend at Ferring, and I'd go and sit in her garden and have a cup of coffee. So I said, she said, well, let's hope it's good. And I said, well, I'll bring a rug with me so I can sit there. So she's thrilled about that. So I said, well, yeah, we'll play it by ear, but if it's raining I won't go, but I mean if it's just dry I'll go down there. I've been emptying lots of bags of peat that I got from my friend's trug. I've just got to do one more load, I think. I'll just probably get a couple more bags because there's not much more to do, so I've near enough done that for her. Helped her with her rose tree. She said to me, could you help me with my rose bush? It came down in the wind. It's on the side of the garage. And she said, I can't hold it back and tie it up. So I said, yeah, okay. So I went round there. Well, I mean, it must be the trunk must be that big. It's huge. And and of course it's at this angle, so I had to straighten it up while she tied it up. So I'm pulling on it. Well, I was beginning to think I'm going to have to let it go in a minute because I can't hold it much longer. I said, is this going to hold? She said, oh yes, once I get sort of half a dozen up there, and get it secured to the wall, she said I should be able to tie all the other arms in. I thought, I don't think that string's going to hold, but she said it will, so let's hope it does. So that was a good job done for her. So other than that was yesterday. I mean, I was going to go up and get some more bags today, but I'd had an electrician here today. He was coming out after 2. Well, he arrived at 10:30. Luckily, I was still here because I was going to go around and finish off this job for her. I was just putting my shoes on when he came. He said, I said, you weren't coming till this afternoon. He said, well, the job I went to this morning, I couldn't get in there and nobody there. So he said, he said, if you're busy. I said, no, you're here. So what he had to do was put in a fire alarm, a smoke alarm and a heat sensor in my hall, but attach them to the power to the main house, because the main house that my property's built in their garden has had to have all major fireworks done, doors inside, the cellar where all the electrics are housed. Well, it's been going on for about 5 years, I think. We've been having letters saying it's going to be done 5 years now. But it's now come to the crunch, and I think the insurance company said if it wasn't done soon, it would be invalid. And as I'm part of the insurance for the property, and because I'm joined to the house by a bit of wall, he said you have to have this fire and heat thing. I said, fine, okay. So he had to get a cable out the cellar, bring it across the wall up into my attic, and then run it through. Wasn't here. I think it was here an hour and did the whole thing. So I thought, well, that's good, because if I have a major fire here, it will alert the house, and if they have a major fire in one of the flats there, it will alert me. Because other than this, I would never know, because I'm so far away from them. So I would never know anything was happening in there. So that's given me a bit of peace of mind. And he said it got to be a smoke one as well. So I said, what happens if I set off, when I fry up? Very rarely though, but if I fry up onions, it sets off the smoke alarm. So he said, that'll just activate in here. It won't activate in the house. That's all good. He said it's the heat detector that will react in the house. So that was done. So while he was doing that this morning, I cleaned my patio. Well, I've got lots of slabs, and I cleaned between the slabs, took out the little bits of weeds that were coming through, little bits of grass, cleaned it up. As I say, weeded it and swept it all, and then swept between the pots, because I've been filling the pots with this, filling up the pots, digging round and filling up the pots, topping up the pots with this peat that I've been getting. So that was all a mess. So I had a good clean up there. So I've left right at the back, because my patio is about 3 deep with pots. I have 64 pots. 64 pots. So it's about 3 or 4 deep all the way down. So at the back, there's sort of lots of debris and leaves. So I've left all that. I leave it all for the winter, for little bugs and things, but I've left all that at the back. I thought, well, I'll still leave that, because if we're going to have some snow next week, some of the little animals will still want to be able to hide. So, and they might still be hibernating at the back there. So I've left all those right at the very back against the wall. So it looks nice and tidy and clean, so that was good. I mean, I wouldn't have done it if he hadn't sort of come along, and I'd thinking, now what do I do? I can't be in the house in his way. So, yeah, that's a good idea. I can be out there. So I sat out there for an hour or so. So it was a good job done. And then I thought, well, I need to go and get some bread. So I took the car out for a little ride round, and I went into the petrol station, the Marks petrol station, to get my loaf of bread, because my friend's not getting me one until the end of the week and I haven't got any bread. So I'm searching all along the shelf. I couldn't find any. I thought, please don't tell me they've stopped doing all my gluten-free bread, but I did find one. But they used to do biscuits and cakes and buns and all that, but all they've got is they had 2 loaves of bread. So I meant to have asked her, are they not doing the gluten-free stuff anymore? There is a Marks, a bigger one up at Ashington, so I might go in there when I go up to Rachel's one day and see if they've got a gluten-free few shelves. A shame if this local one doesn't do them anymore, but there we go. Who's to say it might come back. So that was what I did today, and then I've been out pottering in the garden. I've noticed when I was putting the peat on that my little clematis is coming up. It's about 3 inches up, so I thought, I'm going to have to put some something for it to climb on, because all that trellis fell down. So I found a few sticks and a bit of net, and I've made it a little place to start climbing up, and I put some bigger sticks, so when I know which way it's going I can attach it to it. So that was done. And then I was last year, this friend that I'm doing this bit of gardening for, she had a dearth of dahlias in pots, and she didn't know what to do with about 6 of them. So she said, do you want them? So I said, yes. So she, well, you have to pot them up, which I did. I got a few flowers from them, but it was quite late when she gave them to me. So I've left them in the pots, and they're just sort of dead sticks. So I was rooting around in one of the pots yesterday, and I thought, oh, I wonder if there's anything going to happen here. So I moved it about a bit, and one of the sticks I pulled up, and it's got little green shoots. All right, poked it back in, poked it in, covered it over, put some new compost on the top, and I've done the 3. And whether or not the 3 pots will come up, but at least I know there's something happening in that one. I hope I haven't killed it. So I've just put labels on them, because I've been getting ready some of my pots to sow some seeds. I've put those out ready, and I thought I'm going to forget where these dahlias are, so I've just put some labels on them so I know where they are. And I stood there looking at my tulips, my beautiful tulips. Got about 10 bright red tulips come out, which are just under the my pear tree. I've got a pear tree that I'm training across the garage wall, and I looked up, and it's a mass with white flower. So that's come out today. And I thought, oh wow, it looks beautiful. Oh, I hope it doesn't get killed. But I mean, yesterday morning, when I went up onto the green, I mean, it was a beautiful morning. I know I went a bit later. One of the girls said that when she went out earlier, it was frosty, even though we had a beautiful, beautiful day. But she said first thing this morning, it was quite frosty up there. And I thought, oh yeah, hope it doesn't catch all this lovely blossom that's coming. So tomorrow, as I say, I'm going down to see my friend, get some petrol, see my friend. I've got some magazines for her. Other than that, I don't think I've got much happening at the moment. And then it's Good Friday. We have a little service on the green, I think at 10 o'clock Good Friday morning from the church. They come down from the church and do a little service on the green for 10 minutes. So I'll try and get back from the dog walk for that. And at the moment I've got nothing planned except for Monday. We're up to Rachel's Monday when she gets Francesca back, and Easter Monday she's doing a big roast. So that'll be my weekend roast. So that's about it for the moment. I just hope it doesn't get cold tonight. I mean, it looks really murky out there, and the sun didn't even break through. It's a shame, but let's hope tomorrow might be good. Next couple of days could be nice. So speak to you all soon. Have a good few days, everybody.